You are allowed to erase anything from existence, and you will be the only one that remembers it. What do you get rid of? Spoons with lids. WW1 but not WW2. Imagine the confusion. The time I shit my pants in 5th grade. Yes, this is where my brain went to. My most embarrassing moment. Not when you shit your pants. That time I said you too after the waiter told me to enjoy my nachos. Pern. Hey guys, I have this great idea. What? That's such a strange concept that no one's ever heard of. It'll never take off. Circles. They're pointless. I would get rid of the possibility that genes don't exist and don't belong to me, thus creating genes that belong to me. I would then do whatever the hell I want. Edit. I changed the word rule to possibility because someone pointed out that just because I changed a rule, that doesn't mean the opposite will happen. Also thus was spelled as this. Edit 2. Wow, does this make me the lord of genes? I basically have an infinite supply of genes. My next act as genie lord is to spend a whole genie to make it impossible to negatively affect me using genie wishes. Heroin. Being a brand new EMT and knowing about 3 overdoses in 3 consecutive days is a lot, 2 of which I was on scene for, 1 of which the part didn't make it. Never mind all the people I know who used. The stingray that killed Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin probably wouldn't approve cause he knew the risks. What he would want would probably be that the stingray was just at a different place at the time, so both the stingray and Steve is alive. That's what she said jokes. I will be the funniest guy in the world for a few minutes. Racism. Our classic strategy, be the only one who remembers racism so no one can call you out for being racist. My memory, but if I remember I had it, won't it create a paradox? You would remember that you had memory, but you would forget the memories themselves. But I would need to forget that memory as well. I'd stay forgetting every second. Loophole. Every person that performs a prank that's actually a crime. I include people coughing on others and yelling coronavirus, slapping strangers, etc. Poof, gone forever. Any and all viruses from existence. I know this is a little on the nose due to the current conditions, but think of how well we would be doing without them. Our biggest issues, health-wise, would be bacterial and cancer. Both of which can be beaten. Some viruses are actually quite beneficial. For example, bacteriophages are viruses that replicate inside of and destroy specific types of bacteria. They can even be used to fight bacteria that is resistant to antibiotics and don't have many of the side effects that normal antibiotics have either. The British Empire. I'm still mad about what happened in Ireland. They say the sun will never set on the British Empire because even God doesn't trust an Englishman in the dark. 1,877 cars for kids. Because frick them. They don't deserve cars, only the eternal damnation for getting that goddamn song stuck in my head for years. If I'm the only one that remembers it, I'll gladly sacrifice my own peace of mind by pairing the memory of that damn song with the knowledge that I was the harbinger of its demise. Porn. Really, that shit is the demise of the upcoming generation. Teenagers are getting heavily addicted, destroying their lives. It is indeed the dark part of the internet, and some people have estimated it constitutes well over 50% of the internet. We are so lucky to be born during this era of nearly free information. Every information is on our fingertips. We could communicate at a distance of thousands of kilometers with ease. We don't need to find a freaking teacher to learn anything, but the irony is that the people aren't using it to better themselves. If I had to give up my life just to comply on the promise of putting one shut end to internet pornography, I would happily give up my life. It's not arguable that porn has its own share in teenagers having brain fog, adultery being celebrated, countless families ruined, increased sexual harassment, and who know what else. Hate on me all you want, but like me, on one quiet night you would too one day realize what terrible things it had made you to do. The day awaits. It's not easy to quit porn. May take years, but you, once you start, were to realize how fed you were then. Sorry if my comments were nonsensical, but still it's my plea to you to PLZ think deeply about this matter, if you're not already. God bless. The time I told a boy at my middle school to kill himself over the phone. Never have I regretted something more in my life. I sure got my karma, i.e. extreme chronic depression from when I was 14 onward, repeated suicide attempts, and now shit ton of self-hatred that I've had to work out over the years, but I wish more than anything I had never said that to that poor kid. Still to this day I don't know why I said it. Pressure to be cool, I guess. But I have hated myself for the past 10 years because of those words I said, and I wish I could take them back every single day. 9/11. The world would be so much less hateful. It uses the other format and November 9th is removed. Karens. Ya know what? Frick it. I'm erasing humanity. Everyone disappears, including me. Where do we all go? Nowhere. We stay right here, where instead we are reincarnated as animals. We still remember friends, and still love to hang with them. Spouses are all the same, and family sticks together. But nobody knows why it is that way, it just feels right to them. For the next few million years, the animal population evolves into monstrous beasts. Giant wolves, 7-foot lizards, everything. Everyone eventually gets to live their biggest dream, being a monster, either that, or erase death from existence. Really frick everyone over. Congrats, no more 6, until we colonize Mars once we fill up Earth. Yellow jackets. Those little frickers are meaner than wasps, and they'll sting you, just for the fun of it, and they'll keep stinging you, until your dad realizes what's happening and dumps a 5-gallon bucket of water on your head to make them go away, but then they just get angry, and you cry because you're scared, and now you're soaking wet and all you wanted to do was try to catch the toad you saw hopping away into the woods behind your house, but now you have to go inside and let your mom make sure you're not having an allergic reaction, but then you start having one and end up going to the hospital. I just wanted to let the damn frog. I would universally erase all negative consequences. For everything. Literally nothing bad would ever happen to anybody or anything in the entire universe ever again. The sense of sight. Imagine people not knowing they all have a unique face. Here's another theory. What if we are all missing a whole other sense, but we just don't know it? Baby Shark song. Karens. Cause they are annoying. One Karen took my phone and I tried to get it back. Then she calls the cops because I assaulted her. Cops arrive and she says that I tried to take her phone. Then I ask her what the password is. She tries to enter it and fails. Then tried Face ID. I own her iPhone 11, fails. She breaks it by throwing it on the ground and used a sledgehammer. Yes, she bought a freaking sledgehammer. She was then arrested for attempted theft, vandalism and lying about me assaulting her. Cops then ask me if I would like to press charges. Of course I did. She had to pay to replace my phone. Apparently she also was a huge shoplifter and was sentenced to 8 years in prison for vandalizing and shoplifting. I haven't encountered any other Karens since. French toast. Then when people come over, slap some vanilla cinnamon buttery goodness on some bread and blow people's minds. I don't want to profit. I just want people to look at me like they look at French toast. I'll erase electrons. All of them. Enjoy what follows. White people dreads. Parasites. That way I don't have to pick between ticks, bedbugs, fleas and mosquitoes. Leeches aren't my favorite either, but they are pretty easy to avoid in comparison, since obviously I'm not actively swimming through swamps, so they should go too, but they're at like the bottom of the totem pole regarding precedence. I've legitimately never seen a leech in my life. Everything else I've seen